What's up guys, C2113 here, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Cuppet Portable Electric Heater. Alright guys, so what we got here is the Cuppet or Cuppet space heater, and specifically this is their 750 watt and 1500 watt dual output space heater. Now, of course, this isn't just an ordinary space heater, because if you wanted an ordinary space heater with dual output like that, there'd be no reason for it to be this large. The big selling point for this one specifically is, of course, the artificial flame effect that gives you that nice home hearth feel, of course, without any of the downsides of having a fireplace, or in the instance that you're a renter or you have a house that just can't be set up to have a fireplace, or you've got a room that you want to have that fireplace feel in, but it's just not set up to have a fireplace. Something like this can really give you that effect without all of the mess and difficulty and honestly impracticality of having a fireplace in every room. So something like this is really going to offer you that extra cozy feeling. And that's something that as much as I like genuine, real things, so to speak, I mean, I would always prefer the real fire. Sometimes that's not practical. So that's what this is for. Now, this is currently available on Amazon for $79.99. It comes in only one color option. It's got like a light wood color to it. I would have liked to see that a little darker, but it's not the worst, since when you're looking at it head on, the face of the heater is black. It also has a leather strap that goes around the top so you can easily transport it from place to place, and it's got two knobs. With that being said, as always, I'll leave the links in the description below, but enough talking. Let's go ahead and unbox this thing. Now, the box is pretty large, so I'm sorry if you can't see the whole thing right now, but I promise once I get it out, it'll be easier to show you guys what's going on. Pretty nicely packed. All right, here we go. Pull that off. So here's that leather or leatherette strap. That doesn't feel like real leather, but not that big a deal. So nothing really else comes in the box other than your instructions and a little warranty card and how to return it if there's an issue. Okay. So here is the heater. I'm gonna lay it flat so you guys can really see that face. I don't know if that's glass or not. Probably just plastic. So your heat output is gonna come out right under here. Your knobs for your temperature and your fan are right here. And specifically, one of the reasons why I ended up selecting this one over other different types of flame effect heaters was because of how clean it looked. A lot of the other ones have a very large vent, and while in some instances that might be better, what it ended up doing was it looks more like there's a fire on top of a heater as opposed to an actual heater that would be emanating heat that you could feel. So something like this is still plenty wide enough, I think, for enough air output and airflow to give you that good heat effect. However, it's still small enough that you'll actually get a compact feel to the heater, and you'll get more of the sort of immersion in the fire effect, so to speak. I know this might not make a lot of sense, but that's the reason I personally decided on this one. So if we look at our manual here, honestly, pretty detailed. Obviously, you start with the basics of how to plug in a device. But once you get here, you talk about, it breaks down the wattage of the power draw here. And again, another reason I like this heater was because it's highly variable in its power output. This means that actually on its lowest setting, it should be relatively easy for me to run this off of one of my solar generators or battery backup systems. And I really like that too. That's a very attractive feature for me, because in the event that there's a power failure or something like that, and I've got to run it off of one of my power stations, this is going to be great to use. And just, again, add to that little extra taste of home, especially if, let's say, the power is out. Now I'm looking through here, it's talking about how to clean the air intake, care and maintenance. It's showing you basically basic troubleshooting and how the knobs work. So you've got options here where you can go on low heat, high heat, and your fan only. And this also controls the temperature on this side. So that's pretty interesting. All right, guys. So with that being said, we got to try this thing out. So let me go ahead and plug it in, get the camera set up to a better angle so you guys can really see that effect, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I've got this thing plugged in. one more thing before I give you guys a demo of what it looks like and how it functions. I did want to mention that I forgot to talk about the switches on the back. There are two different switches. The one on your left is a primary power switch, and the one on the right is to turn on the artificial flame effect. So that's the back panel. But let's take a look at what this thing looks like from the front. All right, so I've got it right here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the main power on. So that's just gonna activate our heater switch. It's gonna allow us to adjust our thermostat and our fan. So you can see the fan is blowing. Let's turn that on, basic heat, and then let's turn on that flame effect. And guys, I know that these types of things can seem a little corny, but I'm not gonna lie. Looking at it from here, as much as it's obvious that it's not an actual fire, it's still got a little bit of charm to it, and I like it. Yeah, let me tilt it so you guys can really see it. That's pretty cool. You can even see some of the fire effect coming out from the heating vent there. So it adds even more to the realism of it. And, you know, it's one of those things where I can definitely imagine if, let's say you're far away from home, going to school or for work, and you're in a dingy apartment, something like this could really give you a little taste of home. And if nothing else, I've always liked looking at fire and just enjoying the ambiance of a fire. So if that's something that you enjoy as well, and you need a heater anyway, I think something like this is a great combination, especially since you're getting a heater with plenty of power and you're getting that extra pizzazz, if you want to call it that. So with that being said, guys, there's not really much else I can talk about. You know, your thermostat adjustment is right here, so you can adjust that for whatever temperature you want. You can put on low or high. And you can see that if I turn the thermostat all the way down, it will shut the heater off. So the thermostat essentially is just an on-off switch. Basically, it will shut off the heater when it reaches the set temperature, and then it'll turn it back on when the temperature drops below that set level. So I think there should have been two modes, honestly. Maybe one mode where the thermostat functions like this, and then another mode where the fan will stay on, but the heating element will shut off. That way there's not this distracting sound of the blower turning on and off constantly, depending on, you know, what the temperature's like. But otherwise, guys, I'm pretty happy with it. It's quite warm. It definitely feels like 750. This is supposed to be 750 watts. If I then turn it to the 1500 watt mode, I'm getting a lot of heat out of this thing. So definitely pretty warm and cozy. I know we're nitpicking here, but if I'm completely honest, a nice add-on for this would have been a remote function, because I can imagine, you know, you've got this set up. Maybe to me it seems like something that if you're going to keep it in a bedroom, you keep it like at the end of the room opposite the foot of your bed, and being able to control this while you're tucked in bed, I think would be pretty cool as well. But anyway, guys, that's been my unboxing and first look at the Cuppet portable electric heater. I think this thing is really charming, and again, for the price, I definitely like it. I don't know if you can see, but even as fake fire effects go, this is probably pretty up there. You know, there's some really lame ones. You know, there's a lot of ones that look really fake that essentially just have a plastic film on a roller and you're just directly seeing that roll around. This one's actually pretty nice. But anyway, guys, if you're interested in checking this thing out, as always, I will leave the link in the description. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a like. If you have any questions, comments, or your own experiences with the Cuppet electric heater, definitely let me know, because I'd like to know if there's pros, cons, and things that I might have missed. And as always, if you want to see more, don't forget to get subscribed.